the way, put a lot of work into it. Could you imagine if they put a lot of work, if they literally put a lot of work into that game against Cincinnati? That was a lot of work. A lot of work. Maybe a little more work would be warranted. You know, there was a long time before I actually attended a Lions practice. True story. There was a long time when I just wondered if the Lions actually practiced. Like, I figured they, like, showed up, right? And they got together and, like, they played PlayStation or something. And that's how they figured out their plays. And then I actually saw them practice one time, and I'm like, okay, they actually practice. But it's really condescending when Matthew Stafford, right to our faces, and he's got hospital commercials. He's big time. Right to our faces, we put a lot of work in this. Like, obviously not enough work. If you guys put a lot, how much did the hapless, hopeless, quit on their team Bengals put in? Maybe a little more work? Ridiculous. All right. A lot of people want to talk. We'll get to you. Hatchet wants to bring something up to me at 3 as well. But before we go back to the phones, I got to bring this up, okay? There is a man sitting with us right now. He's answering the phones. He runs the website, Evan Jenkins, right? And you're probably thinking, well, what does Evan know? I will have you know, Evan Jenkins is called like 3 different things right. And when Prince Fielder went off on the media, Evan Jenkins was the first to realize that maybe Prince had just found out that Jim Leland had retired. And maybe that's why Prince was acting like Prince was acting. And he actually kind of thought of his Jim as a father figure. So Evan is good powers of observation by this man. So Evan has this theory that scares the crap out of me. Go ahead, Evan. Go ahead.
I'm not convinced that Jim Caldwell is going to be fired this year.
Why?
At all. And
Why?
Well, I'm convinced from covering this team and watching everything that
you go to every game, every home game, and you're down there a lot.
That 53 guys are on this active roster. 48 of them love him. Love him. Look at him as a father figure. They love the way that he coaches day in and day out. And I'm also not convinced that the ownership, the GM, everybody, if they're looking for wins, as in next year, that Jim Caldwell is the right guy to do it and not somebody else.
Oh. So what you're saying is if they're just focused on 2018.
Correct. Not maybe long-term, but maybe looking next year, that if they believe that this is the team that can get that playoff win, that can win a division, so on and so forth, that Jim Caldwell is the right guy to do it.
Is it fair to say
they might change assistants around him?
Right, like fire Jim Bob or get rid of TA?
But in my opinion, I believe that they think he's still the right guy.
Is it fair to say, and you guys tell me, okay? I think I know the answer, but you tell me. Is it fair to say that over 70% of Lions fans want this man fired? Is that fair?
Absolutely, but some people that I've spoken to, not necessarily, talking to callers or whatnot, they kind of echo what I have to say.
Like you're talking about like big-time people.
They think
like people that might know something.
That next year Caldwell will be the guy to lead them.
You're saying your sources.
I mean, I'm talking about like, oh. Now everybody thinks I got pulled over. Okay. No, but seriously, I don't think that he's going to be gone next year.
If he's not gone, I think it means a couple things. I think it means maybe what you're saying, but I think it means that your GM is spineless and has no authority.
Okay, so if your top players, let's say your top players, they're Matthew Stafford, the Glover Quinns, Darius Slays, those guys go into Bob Quinn's office and they say, we love this guy.
I don't think it matters.
But don't you listen to
and you're
your
right.
employees?
You do to a certain extent.
Were to go to our boss, Jimmy Powers, and be like, Jeff's awful. We need to get rid of this guy.
They already say that about me.
They're probably going to listen to us.
But trust me.
Actually,
you people,
they don't listen.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys have tried that exactly.
Believe me, we've tried over and over and over.
Thank God I have those pictures.
Right.
Bottom line, no. But see, listen. On one hand, I understand what you're saying. If every player pretty much does the Rudy thing and goes to Bob Quinn, puts their jersey on the table and says, "I'm going to play for this man," but you also have to think about the fan base. The fan base that I think it will affect season tickets. I do if they don't fire Jim Caldwell.
Yeah, but guess what? You start off 3-1 again. All those seats are filled again.
There's a ticket text. This is not from me. It's a ticket text. Evan Jenkins talking sports. Go write an article.
I am, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
Because somebody just changed Wikipedia for Jim Caldwell to say he was the former Lions head coach. It's now been changed back, saying he is the current head coach.
Did he get a screen grab?
Yes, I did.
Okay, see, that's why Evan is who he is.
I love Jim Caldwell.
All right, so I hope you're wrong.
But that's another thing, too. I mean, if the owner loves him.
Yeah, but see, if the owner loves him, when the owner was asked about Jim Caldwell by Burkett and some of the other reporters on Sunday, and she said no comment, apparently. Like, wouldn't you back your head coach? Wouldn't you say, like, I think Jim's doing a great job? Or even Rod Wood.
Or she does that, and then we end up playing it over and over and over and over again. Maybe
I
she's
love Jim
wised
Caldwell.
up.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But what about Rod Wood? If you're going to bring this guy back, and I know Bob Quinn's not going to talk, why not say, listen, he's our coach?
What benefit did you have to getting rid of him right then and there?
Well,
and also,
none.
Another question. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying that I love him or anything.
I love Jim Caldwell.
Over the last so many years, isn't this the most successful that we've seen the Lions since the early 90s? It is. I know people cringe.
Yeah, but again, that's not saying much.
No, it's not. But you have
that's
to
like saying Stafford's the best we've ever had, or Caldwell's
the best quarterback we've ever had.
I know, but again, that's not saying much. That's like saying, listen, I like to use this analogy. That's like saying if you go to the restroom every day and you text your buddy and say, I just had the best I ever had. You know what I'm talking about? That's not saying much because it's all you know what.
Well, maybe every day it gets better. And maybe that's what's happening with the Lions.
All right, well, there it is.
All right, that's my personal belief.
I hope you're wrong. Although if you're not, this means a lot of phone calls, I guess. All right, Evan Jenkins. All right, coming up next, Hatchet's got something to tell me. We'll get to all your calls. We got a couple open lines available, 248-539-9797. Do you have any hope at all? Do you have any hope at all the Lions will ever get this thing right? And who the hell are you the most mad at?